Hello and welcome to my first Feng Shui Masterclass on this beautiful day today. I hope you're as happy to see me as I am to see you. And just saying that there's a dog somewhere, we're house sitting here again. So I hope she's nice to us and won't bark too much, but we will see. We're handling stuff as it comes along. So yes, hello and welcome to this first Feng Shui Masterclass here with me, Academy of Start Making Sense. And I'm Sandra, the founder of the Academy. Wonderful. Just a little bit of housekeeping. I have your mics muted, and everybody who comes in a little bit later, it doesn't matter, their mics will be muted automatically. If you feel like you want a bit more privacy, you can't be seen on the video, just to tell you that. But during the session, you can switch off your video if you like. That's no problem at all. And also you will see down there, there's a chat area with a little bubble. So if you have any questions during the session, just use the chat room. And I will look from time to time what's happening in the chat room. And we'll answer your questions. And also we want to do this more, maybe once a month, maybe every second month, we don't know yet. We want to do the masterclasses. So if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, any issues that you want an idea or to solve even, email them to me and I will maybe pick them up in the next masterclass. Who knows? Well, yes. So let's begin. So what I want to make clear from the start is, some of you may wonder why I say Feng Shui. Well, I've been taught in Mandarin Chinese, and Feng, wind, means Feng, and water is Shui in Mandarin Chinese. It's more popular, especially from America, to say Feng Shui, and it's totally fine. You can say Feng Shui, you can say Feng Shui, that's another dialect, that's more South China, if I'm right. In Mandarin, I just been trained, and all my teachers were like that with Feng Shui, so I stay with the Feng Shui. Sometimes I may say Feng Shui when I'm talking to someone and they're using it that way, then I'm just using it the same way. So don't worry, potato, tomato, tomato. It's all the same. It's just a different dialect. Okay. Well, what are we going to do in this masterclass? The masterclass is not actually, I mean, if you want that, just let me know, but it's not actually designed to go into these general topics. If you want me to do that, just say it. We can change that. But what I wanted to do in the masterclass is to actually dive into one topic a bit deeper. And of course, to do this topic, I will also need to touch the basics. Of course I will. But what I find is that more and more people want solutions to issues that they have in their homes, just as it is. And they don't want to dive into the whole philosophy of the Feng Shui. And that's okay. That's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. So this is why I want to be more practical in these masterclasses. Talk about top topics where I know that you are concerned of. And maybe next time what I'm thinking is maybe we're doing first a little bit of teaching of one or the other basic, like the yin and the yang, and then going into a topic. So let me know what you think. I love feedback, you know that. Most of you who know me know that already. Right. So my first topic that I've chosen for today is clutter and space. Yeah. It's something when I come to a home that very often seems to be an issue, be it in front of the home because of the shoes, be it on the way into the home because of the shoes and jackets or anything. And then in certain rooms, of course in kids' rooms, but I'm going to mention that later. That's fine. But sometimes also in the living room and also in the kitchen. So if you have too much clutter and you think, oh, I can't get on top of it anymore, I'm just cleaning it up, but it comes back again and again, there are various things to look at it. Number one, your clutter takes up space in your life. And space as in room in your life, it takes space from you, but it also takes time from you, because you have to look after it. You've got to remove it and clear it, and then it comes back again miraculously. So what to do about it? So if you look at the living room, for instance, and you think there's too much clutter in your living room, then the declutter is also looking at, how do you spend your time? With what do you spend most of your time? Is it things that you like? Or is it mostly things that you don't like? So that's in the second topic today. I will talk about manifestation, but this is already starting in here. If you want to manifest more time for yourself, then you need to start not waste time on things that you don't like. So maybe the clutter in your life is a metaphor for stuff that you have in your life that you don't like. Just think about that. Of course, we can just say, okay, there's clutter, let's clear it, get it away, done and over with it. Yep, that's okay. But we all know it's going to be there sooner or later again. So the question is really, what does the clutter stand for? What is the metaphor? What is behind that clutter? Why are there things taking up space and room in my life that I actually don't want to have there? And where do I want it to be? So one of the classic declutter methods is the 3-box method. I don't know if you've heard of that. You're having 3 boxes or cartons or whatever you want to use. And one is the box where you put the stuff in that you actually use. You know you need it day by day. Maybe it's some toys from the children, maybe it's some books, maybe it's whatever. This is the box where the stuff goes in that you use constantly, which is in this room. Number 2 is the box of stuff that you use from time to time, but not that often. And but maybe you need it. Okay. Box number 3 is for the things where you really, really think, I don't need this in here. It doesn't belong in here. It doesn't belong in here. It doesn't live here. I don't need it here. I don't even use it here. I haven't had this thing in the hand since I don't know how long. That's the 3rd box. So, and maybe ideally you also find stuff where you think, oh, I want to get rid of this. Drive it to the op shop. You can have a 4th box, the op shop box. I have this box. I have an op shop box. And when it's reasonably full, I drive it off to the op shop, and I just love it because, yeah, I bring stuff back from the op shop then. Because, somebody else may need this, what I bring there, and that's fine. That's totally cool. It doesn't take too much room up in my life because I don't need it anymore. And somebody else may want it and need it, and that's great. So you have these 3 boxes, maybe the 4th, the op shop box. And what you do with the 3rd box is you actually put the date on this box when you did it. And then you put this box, in Germany I would say in the cellar, but we hardly in New Zealand have any cellar. So it's in the attic or somewhere in your storage room. Don't put it in the attic. I'm just thinking, what did I say? The attic stands for your future. So you don't want your clutter in your future, do you? Okay. So put it into storage. And you will probably add from time to time stuff into that box. And maybe you will take stuff out of that box from time to time too. And that's okay. So it's a living box. It's actually working. So the stuff from the box where you think you need it constantly, you can put it out of the box again and you use it in the room. Then there's the box of things that you may or may not need. Put it into a corner, or maybe even also in the storage, your decision. And you will see if there are things in this box that you will never take out. So what I would do after 2 months, look into those boxes, the box of things where you thought, I don't need this at all. Maybe drive it to the op shop right then. and the box where you thought, oh, I might need these things from time to time, and you still haven't used it. So you can get rid of that. Or maybe you have a store box where you can store it, but sooner or later you will need to declutter that storage. I can promise you that. So really use the box method. And another thing that I say that I also use, and what's really fine, is a clutter drawer. I have one drawer. I mean, not now because we're house sitting, but when I used to live in an actual place, one drawer in nearly every room where there's chaos. And there's stuff in there where I don't know where to put it. So I know there's one box or drawer or whatever you want. Not a whole drawer. I mean, you know, one, I can't think of the word right now, but you know what I mean. Where's chaos and where there's stuff where I don't know where to put it. But the idea is if it's something that doesn't have a dedicated place, then I will know, yep, that's where it is. And you're allowed to have chaos in your life. I mean, chaos is, creativity comes out of chaos. So have chaos in your life, but in a controlled way. You know what I mean? I mean, there are days when just chaos is just great. Like when you're sorting out your clothing, for instance, and it's all chaos in your bedroom and all the clothes are everywhere, but you're starting to reorganize stuff and things. Chaos is beautiful if you're on top of it. So the question is, does the clutter, that was my question from the start, take too much space in your life? And what can you do about it? Number one, on the material level, clearing it, using the box method maybe, or just driving it to the op shop anyway. But then think about your life. For what things are you using too much time that you don't like? And you would rather use it for something that you really love. So if clutter is an issue for you, I would meditate on that. But of course, you can handle it however you want because it is your life. So you will deal with it the way you want. But really see clutter in the combination with space, and maybe even space and time that it's taking you, and that you could do something just much nicer during that time when you're clearing that space. I mean, you don't live in a museum, you live in a home. So there is stuff happening, things coming left, right, and center and forward. That's life. It's a question how we deal with it. And to find the right balance between the chaos and living in a museum where nothing really stands around, which most of us don't like either. If you have any question to that topic, just email it to me, message me, that's totally fine. And now I would like to come to my second topic for today, which is manifesting paintings, pictures, and photos. Because that is a topic that I come across a lot. When people call me into their places, and some of them just want to have it more optimized, to have it nicer, but some call me because they have something in the back of their head that they want to achieve. So either it is about success, it is about money, relationship, the children, any of these are the topics probably that are mostly why people call me in. And one of the things that really strikes me quite often is when I look at the pictures and paintings and photos that they have on their walls or standing somewhere. And a lot of the times they are just really beautiful. And I just ask myself, what am I actually doing here? But maybe they just need confirmation, and that's fine too. But sometimes when I come to a place and very interestingly, I see a theme in the pictures on the wall. So we're not talking about, we're not talking about a house where there's different areas and there's different kind of pictures, and that's fine. I will explain it to you shortly. I've prepared something for you. And that's fine. I'm talking about coming into a house and finding that all the pictures are somehow following a theme. And this is where I want to show you something. Here we go. You don't need to see the rest, do you? This picture, if you look at this picture, isn't it beautiful? It's great. I just like it. But that's not the question. What do you see in this picture? What you're seeing in this picture is actually two people and beautiful colors. Okay? So that's really nice. So that would be something if somebody calls me in and says, I'm really looking for partnership, relationship, anything like that. And then there's this picture. So this picture is an interesting picture of various meanings. So there's one person in this picture. And very often I say, well, okay, if I come to a place and there's pictures of only one person in it, and it's a single person, and but they want a relationship, then it's really interesting to see how they can't imagine someone else in their life if there's just photos and just pictures on the wall with one person or no person at all, or a person staring into the landscape, maybe looking for something, anything. Then the mindset of this person is that. But this picture is a picture of one person being, in my opinion, colorful, happy, and there's happy colors and just really lively, and she's walking, so she's doing something. So it doesn't naturally mean if you have pictures in a house with just one person on it, that's an unhappy person. Not at all. Look at the whole picture and its meaning. But you can see the difference in similar colors but different meaning. But you could also say, of course, but they're on their own, so maybe they're lonely as a couple. Maybe. So again, we are looking at the whole picture. If these are the only pictures in the house, then it would be different. But it's completely different if you look at, for instance, which one was it? That one. There's a beach and there's no people in it. So again, if that's the only picture where there's nobody in there, fine. But if you have a lot of pictures of beaches or anything like that with nobody in it, then maybe there is a theme. But there's, for instance, there's also, again, a difference. Two chairs. So it's kind of waiting for two people, waiting for a couple to happen. And then there's a whole different story with those pictures. Friends sitting together, having fun in the park, having a picnic. Or if you're more after classical pictures, Renoir, having the picnic, luncheon on the boat party. So do you see the difference? Ideally, we have a mix of all of them. Ideally, there is a mix of pictures in the house, representing when you want to be on your own, representing when you're a couple, representing with friends, maybe your passion in pictures, maybe you're passionate about food, you have in your kitchen, you have pictures of foods. So totally fine. So I want you, after this masterclass, to have a look at the pictures, paintings, and photos that you have in your house. And I'm sure when you look at them, you will instantly know which one you like and which one you don't like. You don't need to reason it. Why do I like it? Why not? You can if you want. But take action. This is the important thing. If there's a picture, a painting, a photo, where you think, that's not me anymore. That I used to like that, yes, but that's not now. Take it off the wall. Because as you say, it's not now. It's not who you are now. This is what you are constantly drawing into your life. So that was really, really interesting. There's one story about me where I once wanted to go on a holiday when I didn't have a lot of money. And I wanted to go to Tibet or the likes. So I put a background picture on my computer at the time. That was the time when we still had computers and not laptops. At my computer. And it was the Himalayan. And it had Tibetan flags on it. So it was really nice. So I was like, yeah, it's going to work. It's going to work. Yep. What happened was that I became part of a volunteer program, but in India, because I forgot about all these things. I just wanted to go somewhere and don't need to spend a lot of money on it. So I was in this volunteer program in India, and then I suddenly realized that the camp where I was teaching English was actually just a few hours away from Dharamsala, where the Dalai Lama resides. So I thought, wow. I called in the Himalayas and I called in Tibet in a way, and it happened, just not in the way that I thought it would. So this is again manifesting something. Don't think about the outcome, just let it come to you. And it did. So I was teaching English at the foot of the Himalayan, which was amazing. And I spent the weekends up in Dharamsala and in the monastery. So it kind of manifested, not in the way I expected it to be, but it did. And it was amazing. So look at the pictures that you have in your life that surround you. And look at whether you still like them, whether they still represent you. And then take it down, or maybe put new pictures up. And also think about, it's the end of 2018, on the brink to 2019. I'm not talking about vision boards today, that's another topic, but similar to a vision board, maybe there is a picture that resembles your wishes for next year. Put that one up. Is it the Eiffel Tower maybe? Maybe it's Tibet. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. Maybe there is a picture. Maybe you're walking the streets the next days and you find a picture where you think, oh, that's something that I would like to have in my life in 2019. Bring it into your life. This is the power of the Feng Shui. Everything that you have around you, just like the clutter, everything that you have around you is a metaphor for something. You gather stuff and things around you because it means something. It means something to you, whatever it is. So use it to your advantage. Use it to your benefit. And gather those pictures around you that you like. I have one more example for you. Hang on. Yeah. I'll just make it a little bit larger. Because that's a picture I came across a while ago in a house where I've been. So you can see that picture now. It's a ship struggling. And I came to this place and it was hanging over the fireplace. And I asked her, so why did you call me in? And she was, they're having financial issues. And she read that Feng Shui is good if you're having financial issues. And I just looking at her, and this picture was big. It was huge. It was dominating the room, actually. And I said to her, so whose picture is that? Oh, yeah, that's my partner's picture. And I said, okay. So when did the financial hardship start? And she's like, yeah, around that time, rah, rah, rah. And she's looked at me and she said, oh, that's when we hung up that picture, by the way. And I said, okay, what picture was there before? Oh, two of my favorite racehorses, and they're beautiful and great, and I love it. I said, so why don't you put that up? Oh, he loves that picture. Okay. I could convince her to take that picture down. And she's okay now. But you see, this picture, what I see in this picture is a ship struggling to survive, almost nearly drowning already on the one corner. And the waves are so massive, and so the force of it. And you see how big those waves are and how small the ships looks like. So if this is a massive picture in your living room, it's dominating your mood. It's dominating your life in the end. I know this is an extreme example, but it is one that happened. It is one that I actually came across. And this is when we are unaware. We are unaware of what we are manifesting in our life and how we are manifesting it. We are manifesting it through pictures, through words, of course, too, but that's not part of the Feng Shui. So really make sure that the pictures you have around you are great. That's why I love house sitting a place with a view like this one. You can see it in the back there. Because that's also part of who I am. The openness. Having an overview. Having light. Enough light to breathe, to see the birds and the bees. There's beautiful trees out there. So that also is part of what you are manifesting in your life. So have a look what you are actually calling into your life. And and what does it resemble? I would love to hear from you what kind of pictures you have that you don't like. And you're not taken down for what reason? And also hear from you whether you've, for the first time, connected the dots about what is happening around you, what's happening inside you, and what's happening in your house. It's all connected. It's all connected. That is what the Feng Shui says. Inside, outside. Inside of you, inside your house, outside the house, outside there in your life. It's all connected. You know, if somebody's watching permanently the negative news on the television, and if someone's having pictures up with negativity, I'm still amazed how many people have La Guernica up from Pablo Picasso. Picasso, amazing. He's got amazing pictures. But La Guernica, it's about a war, and it's very dark. So, and that's the interesting thing when you have in a society things like IKEA, and they're putting up this special on these 3, 4, 5 pictures, and suddenly everybody has it. And one of them was La Guernica a few years ago. So it's really interesting how a fad in the end starts intruding our life. So to finish the sentence that I started, somebody is watching the news negativity and has negative pictures in his room, in his house, and has a job that doesn't like, and has colleagues who are negative. It's no wonder that these people are starting to become negative too. So the question is where to start. It doesn't matter where you start. That's the secret. You just need to start. First, and those who know me know that I always say that, you have to stop. Stop. Just sit back, relax, and then take a look. Take a look at your life. Take a look at what's around you. And take a look at what you want to change. And especially because we are, again, on the threshold to 2019. You know, New Year's resolutions and all these things are very popular, but I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather say this is the time to actually stop, sit down, review. What have I learned in 2018? What do I want to take into 2019? And what do I want to leave behind in 2018? So have a look. It doesn't matter where you start, whether it's your living room, your whole house, your garden, your life, your workplace. It doesn't matter. You just have to start. You just have to start at one point. And if it is with the pictures in your home, that's a brilliant way to start. Because this is what you are confronted with every day. And if you have pictures in your home of loneliness, of nobody being in it, well, change the picture. Change the picture. And you will change your life. You actually will. This is how strong Feng Shui can be. How powerful it can be. Change the picture. Change the light. Change the colors. This is what the Feng Shui does. And again, it doesn't matter where you start. Just start. So I hope I could give you a little bit of an impulse to do something. You know, in between the years, we say in Germany, between Christmas and New Year, maybe take care of your clutter and give yourself more space. Give yourself more space and time. And maybe if it is just putting all the clutter into one box and leave it there until New Year, after New Year. Give yourself more space and time. And decluttering is one possibility to give you more space and time. And the second topic, pictures, paintings, and photos, and manifestations, manifesting things in your life. So I hope I could give you a little impulse and to start something within the new year. You can do the New Year's resolution, yeah, but I'd rather clean up, clear out, just get rid of stuff and make space for new, not necessary things. I'm more after experiences now, but that's fine. So I hope you liked this masterclass. Let me know what you think of it and which topics you would like to hear. Also, let me know what pictures you found in your place. I want to do this more regularly now, like I said in the beginning, maybe once a month, maybe every second month. I don't know yet. But I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm happy to do this and to have it more often, have you here in my laptop and have these videos for you. So I wish you a Merry Christmas if I don't see you beforehand, and a Happy New Year and happy new beginnings and happy stopping, feeling, looking, reviewing, and then starting new. I wish you a lot of fun with it. I wish you all the best for this beautiful summer and see you again soon. Maybe here in another masterclass. Bye.